Howdy folks, and welcome back. The Creepy Kentuckian here with you for another review, this time from our friends over at Lionsgate Home Entertainment. They are releasing another exorcism movie. Do you like exorcising, the exorcisms? You may want to check out Pray for the Devil. It's one that flew under the radar for a lot of people. It was released in movie theaters. I don't know if too many people checked it out. I was kind of interested in the premise of it. I'm kind of a fan of the exorcism genre, believe it or not. I try to catch most of these movies when I can. I kind of thought it was an odd choice to release it theatrically. There's really no major stars in the movie or anything. There's not a huge gimmick behind it like a lot of horror movies today. But I'm glad I checked it out. We're going to take a look at it. This is the brand new 4K UHD edition from Lionsgate that comes out this week. Now, this movie is directed by Daniel Stamm. The name sounded very familiar, so I looked him up as I was watching the movie. And yes, this is not his first foray into Exorcism Films. One of the big hits from back in the day, he also directed another Exorcism film. I pulled it out of the archives, The Last Exorcism. So the dude knows his shit about Exorcism Films, and Pray for the Devil is his return after 12 years to the genre. The movie stars Jacqueline Byers, who plays Sister Anne. She is a nun in a convent. She believes that is her calling to be the very first female exorcist. The Catholic Church had recently reopened the exorcism school after an outbreak of demonic possessions. As the movie goes along, we realize that Anne has a history with possession in her family. Her mother, in particular, was possessed by a demonic force. Initially, the school is only for training priests. One of the higher-ups at the school agrees to allow Anne to sit in on the classes and observe so she can learn the ways of the exorcists. In the film, the mortality rate for these possessed people is very, very low, less than 10%. And Anne feels a special calling towards this little girl who is possessed. Yes, of course, it's a little girl that's possessed. She begins to make a connection to the girl and realizes this is the same demon, possibly, that possessed her mother years earlier. Of course, it leads up to the ultimate showdown, the final exorcism of the movie. And that, of course, culminates towards the end of the movie with the exorcism of the little girl. Has a kind of a twist, but not really. If you follow these movies, you're not going to be very surprised by anything in Pray for the Devil. This movie is visually amazing. It looks great. The soundscape, everything in it looks great, sounds great. The cast is actually not too bad. Jacqueline Byers, who I had no idea who the hell she was. I've never seen her in anything before, and she hasn't really done a whole lot of movies. She does a good enough job as the nun, Sister Anne, who, you know, without giving too much away, if you're a fan of demonic nuns, you might want to sit through the entire movie. The studio sit on this movie for 2 years or something like that. Like, it was made in 2020, I guess due to... Well, the pandemic was in 2020, so I'm not really sure the history on what the deal was with this movie. This was Ben Cross's final performance. You may remember him in a similar movie, The Unholy. You know, of course, Ben Cross, that's a great name, but yeah. Died of cancer briefly after finishing Pray for the Devil. Lionsgate sit on this movie forever, and when you watch it, you can kind of see why. It's only 93 minutes, but it feels like it should be much longer. I didn't like this movie, guys. Like, it's okay. It's not the worst thing I've ever seen. It's not the Texas Chainsaw Massacre Netflix movie or the Munsters or anything like that. It's just kind of there. It's one of those movies that you're kind of, okay, I'm watching it. It looks good. The picture quality on this looks great. But, Virginia Madsen's also in this briefly. I'm confused at how this was released in theaters. This is totally a direct-to-video movie, and it's one that I'm very surprised that has a 4K release as well. But this edition looks great, guys. If you're a fan of this movie, if you've seen it before, this is the one that you'll want to get. I would imagine this would be a very affordable release. I can't see too many people just running out and grabbing this thing. But maybe. I mean, I've been wrong before. So in preparation for David Gordon Green's atrocious Exorcist films, which I'm predicting those are going to be fucking terrible, probably even worse than Pray for the Devil. This is out. Lionsgate has it out now. It does have some special features on it, audio commentaries, some featurettes on possession, stuff like that. It has a digital copy, right? And it is out this week. Oh, it's actually a 2-disc. It's a Blu-ray and a 4K combo. All right, guys. So, yeah, that is it. Pray for the Devil. Check it out. Check us out over at DEADPIT.com. Give us the thumbs up.
Up your butt.
Like, subscribe. And if you subscribe, here's something else you can do. Once you subscribe, you can click the bell notification, right? And it'll notify you anytime that Dead Pit puts up new shit.
Or don't. I really don't give a if you do or
I
don't.
want you to. I want you to.
I don't care.
Let's keep our community growing here on YouTube.
I don't like it. I don't want you to touch nothing.
Listen, they need to do that, pal.
No, don't you dare touch it.
Thumbs up. Subscribe. And click that bell.
Hey everyone, it's Oak Early Jaws. We got some great shirts for you. We got Faces of Death Part 2. We got Creepy Stories to Tell in Kentucky. The Colonel Would Approve. We also got DeadPit.com. We got DeadPit Radio with the little fucking DeadPit dude on there. We got It Never Ends, a Halloween spook parody of the new movie. We got It at Night. We got the Rat Pack, Uncle Rat himself. It just gets better and better. So go on and get you some shirts over at Team Public. It just gets better and better, boss.
Thank you to all of our supporters on Patreon. DeadPit on Patreon.com is the only place to check out a complete archive of the old Dead Pit radio shows all the way back from 2005 on, in addition to the midweek shows and fan commentaries, exclusive podcasts, and much more. Dead Pit on Patreon.com if you're interested. Tiers start at only $1.